One of the questions we had today in our service revolved around the first of our application points, which was connect to the genuine source of love, which is God. And this person asked, how can we measure if our time with God is really working or if it's effective? If you recall, I encouraged us to make adjustments in our schedule so that we are spending adequate time with God and prioritizing our time in the Word and time in prayer, not from a legalistic, manipulating God point of view, but just from the fact that we love to be with God, have Him continue to birth in us His love and a greater awareness of His love so that we can effectively love others. And so we asked, how can we measure that to see if that's really happening? And I think if we stay within the context of 1 John, one of the answers is this, that an effective time with God, or measuring if we are truly tapping into that source effectively, is if there is a decrease of sin in our life. And a decrease of sin is just really the negative way of saying there is an increase of love for others. When we hurt people less, when we injure others less, when we use our words more wisely, a number of things like this, when those are minimized, when those are fewer, then edifying each other and building each other up, sacrificing for each other, serving each other, there's going to be more times of those. And I want to remind you of what 1 John 3, I believe it is verse 18, it's in that chapter, maybe it's chapter 3, verse 10. But in chapter 3, John actually says that this is the reason the Son of God came, was to destroy the works of the devil. And so spending more time with Jesus is going to result in less sin. So I would ask yourself this question to measure your time with God. Do you, over a span of time, see a decrease in sin and an increase then in, and we might use the word righteousness, you might use the word righteous acts or loving others, but do you see an increase in that and a decrease in sin? When that is kind of the pattern over a period of months, that sin is minimized, righteousness maximized, not of our own power, but out of a love for God and His change in our lives. When that is kind of the pattern, I think it's a good sign that our time with God, that our connecting with God on a regular basis is working effectively, and that the adjustments we've made to our schedule is really paying off.